All right, so to create a campaign, you gotta go over here, top right, create campaign. You don't want to put a campaign name. You probably want to put. I usually go by the date, so I know if I started it one day, I'm just like, okay, which one is it? It's like, oh, okay, so when I started on Sunday, 11/13, then you hit enter, hit next, and it'll take you to this screen. This is the list of emails that we're gonna be sending it to. David told me to go ahead and use special promotions. This I don't know what this is, but that's just there. I don't know. So you hit next, and then it'll take you to these templates. You can use a template or you can build from scratch. I have these two templates set up. Right, oh, yeah, it's these two templates are the ones that I have set up. So then you hit use this design, or if you're not sure which one it is, just hit preview. It'll show you the design. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's the one I want. So use this design. Then email subject is what's going to come up for whoever you send the email to. This is what's going to come as the email title. So we're just going to use email title. Hit continue. Slow. So this is the general. This is their basic UI. This is the stuff that's getting edited. This is their like tools and stuff. You got some other options up here if you want to change background colors. Completely change the width of the email. You're gonna want to go 650 because it just fits the phone better than if you make it too large. uh, so it basically breaks down into these are all just a bunch of blocks. If I change something here, it's not gonna change anything here. If I change something here, it's not gonna change something anywhere else. And these blocks are just kind of like independent objects. So first thing I do is change the date to whatever day I think it's going to go out. When I know for sure, then I'll make sure that it is. So let's say this thing is going to go out tomorrow. Go November 14th, 2016. The banner. This is a link to our front page. Today sales. This is the title. This is the object for the image. The way that I have this one set up, you just have to change this right here. This is a this is the link to the actual T-shirt design to the page that it's on, and this is the link to the image that we have that is hosted on our website. So you don't have to upload and then look for it, and just it's. I just find this easier. You might not like it. You might want to go with the original design, which I don't really like. So like I said, these are individual blocks. So if I just delete this, I go delete this. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And that block is gone. So if you want the original one, you just click and drag this to where you want it. If you notice, this is highlighting that middle section in between each of these blocks. These two different blocks. You get that blue highlight in the middle. That means it's gonna pop it in right between these two. But it also gives you the option to put it right next to the block, which will kind of mess up your day because it'll split that cell like this. So you have one cell here and then another cell here. We have two different blocks, two different objects. And I guess I see the purpose of this, but it doesn't really work for what we're doing. So if you want to fix it, just put it where you need it. So I'm gonna put this right here, and you'll notice there's no image here. So if you click here, it's gonna pop up the image manager. I don't really like this thing. That's basically why I don't want to use it. So if we go find an image we want to use, it'll upload it. So problem with this is, okay, so I upload it, so now it's got to refresh the library, and sometimes this can take quite a while. Another reason I don't like it is because now I have to remember what the actual name of the file was, or sit here and browse through each of these tiny images and try to figure out. Okay, so it's this one. No, it's E06122, which I don't know. I'm when you're doing like 20 of these, you don't want to sit there and try to figure out what the hell you named the damn file. So now that this is loaded, you'll get different options. Basically, you center it, and right here is where you add your link to uh, the page that it's on. And whatever you link here, you're gonna want to link to here as well. It's gonna give you the same kind of options. You can change the size of these buttons and stuff, but generally the way they're set up is fine. I mean, you can change it if you want. I don't know. So you can right now it's in constraint proportions, so I can make this as big as the block. I think if I do it any bigger than the block, it won't. It just won't do it. So yeah, see, I try to type in 1,000, it shrink it down to 650 because that is the width of the actual workspace. It'll keep it constrained. You can take off constraint proportions and tweak with it if you don't like the way it looks. But basically, just keep it constrained. Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Just change the links, change the images, change the title. This is one block. This is another block. This is another block, and this is another block. Even these dividers are separate blocks. They're just small blocks filled in with blank. You can offset the text with these. Like you can have padding. I have some padding, 28 padding on the top because I want to keep it a little bit centered and just keep it separated away from the image. Just basic stuff here, background color. Not a lot to it. There's not a lot of stuff you can actually do with it, but it works for what we need it. So yeah, after you do that, you have it all set up however you want it. You're gonna hit next. You can here's basically where you set up everything uh, before it's ready to go. You can change your subject title if you, for whatever reason, you're like, title sucks, just change it. Pop up a little another win. Actually, I think this one shoots you back. Yeah, this one shoots you back. And then better, and it'll give you like you can change the name of who's sending it. You can still send a test here. It's not really what I want to show you. So in this page, you can also change the list that you're using if you decide you want to send it to other specific people. You can edit the list somewhere else and add new list kind of categories of if you wanted to only send it to like specific people. Um, I'm not really sure 100% how to do that, but it's probably easily figured out. This is where you would schedule it. It's kind of weird because it gives you the date options, but then when you click it, it's gonna say tomorrow, next week, next month, specific date. I usually just go. I set it up the day before, and then usually time options, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. After you do that, you hit finish, and then it'll say like, oh, this thing's scheduled for whatever day. You can always go back and change it as well. But before I even do any of that, I send myself a test email because this thing is not great. I can when I'm in design, when I'm in the design section, I can do all kinds of changes and hit save. I can say next, but it won't save the changes every time. I don't know why. It's just that's the nature of the beast, I guess. So I send myself a lot of test emails. So you send that out. It usually instantly sends it. So since it's uh, sent from Special Forces gear, I have mine filtered out. Everything from Special Forces gear got filtered out under Dave. So I'll go here and make sure it's like okay, November 14th. Then check the links. The links are notoriously a pain in my experience. So you go through this, check all the links, make sure all the text is right, make sure it's good. Cause seriously, you can do all kinds of changes to the text and send it out, and you're just like, oh wait, it didn't save that edit that I changed, and it'll still say, like for example, this one's named this, and if I had changed this, and for whatever reason it didn't save, it'll still say special ops in the mist instead of freedom is a free. It's a pain in the ass. So yeah, once I send myself 2, 3, 4 test emails, I'll go back over here and then schedule it. And let's say we want to send this out on the 20th. Then you hit finish. And it'll say you're scheduled for blah 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 blah. But that's not the end of it. You can always go back to here, and here we have 11, no, 11:13. So it'd be whatever. Just go home. It should come up. But it didn't because this thing sucks. What the hell did I name this thing? So I named it 11:1. Oh, see, I already lost it. Here it is, 11:13. Okay. So continue. Let's make sure this is the one. It was not. Oh, this 11:13. Edits. Go back to summary. Hit on schedule. And yeah, it's you can always change the scheduling date before it sends out. So don't schedule this. Save and exit. We don't need this one, so we're gonna go with delete. Delete campaign. Okay. This is actually under campaigns home, and campaigns page is two different pages. Um, Campaigns will show you all the ones that you have as drafts. They'll be labeled here as drafts, and they'll be labeled here as sent if they're already sent. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want me to set up a template with the blocks where you just have to go into the UI and change it, I can do that. The template for changing it in HTML is already set up. So yeah,